In 1983, 38 IRA inmates broke out of the Maze prison, 10 miles from Belfast. It was the most audacious escape since Coblentz. This is the story told by 3 of the leaders of the escape, and for the first time, a prison officer. The Maze was reputedly Europe's most secure jail, a prison within a prison within an army camp.
It's hard to explain the quite intimidating nature that was the H blocks. Sentries and sensors and alarms and cameras, and even the fact that the jail is situated more or less inside a British Army military camp.
Each wing is secure. Each leg of the H in the block is a secure unit. The block's a secure unit. Then that is also in a field, which is also inside the prison camp, which is also inside a British Army camp. If you want to get out of that there, you have a series of things to do from point A to point B, and it's all designed as a hyper-secure unit.
There was this aura developing of, this was an impregnable fortress, the only way you get out of, jail. And in fact, of course, the British government and Maggie Thatcher were boasting about it, was in a wooden box.
It was virtually impossible for any individual criminal to escape. But its designers hadn't accounted for a prison population who considered themselves an army.
The amount of prisoners who were doing huge sentences was phenomenal. So there were life sentence prisoners, 20 to 30 year sentence prisoners. So in a sense, people had to focus on attempting to get out.
One of the duties of political prisoners is to escape. It's like shooting for the stars. It's like something that you've always really wanted, And what I wanted to do was to not be released, but to escape. It's great to be released, but I wanted to break the system.
You just can't willy-nilly get up and start cutting holes in fences. Otherwise, the security apparatus is on top of you morning, noon and night. Camp staff decided that something needs to be done to coordinate this.
The camp escape officer who was appointed was Larry Marley. Immediately, he set about establishing an escape department. He wanted to create a collective ethos within the jail about an approach to escapes.
So they set about organising an escape officer in every block. They set about setting up an intelligence officer who was to bring in intelligence.
It's a very large camp. And when the screws would move you from one part of the jail to the other, they would move you in blocked out vans. They had a policy of providing you with the most limited view of the jail. Larry set about a plan to first of all demystify the jail. It was first of all getting the structure, where each block was in relation to each other block. Any aerial photographs that would have existed of the jail in the media would have been smuggled in from outside. There would have been ordnance survey maps smuggled in from outside with the view to developing an outside view of the jail. The intelligence gathering process, the most obvious aspect of it was prisoners moving about the jail. We then made ourselves available for work with the view to infiltrating the system. So prisoners were then working in the prison hospital, prison administration areas, the kitchen, going out on visits, coming back from visits. There was prisoners going out on parole, coming back from parole. Larry then had working with him a think tank, a wee core group, who would go through the information coming in from a central perspective.
He was also very innovative, and he used to encourage me when I would say about, look, I think we could do this and do it. He said, listen, you need to think big. Let's think big. Never mind 4 or 5 people. Why not 20, 25, 34? Why not 40? Why not 50?